Morning, newsman again. There is I don't want to say virus, but there is an epidemic sweeping this nation called SOTS, SOTSS. And people who are suffering from it. The people that have it aren't the ones suffering. It's the people that don't have it that are the ones actually suffering. It's called the sick of the shit syndrome. Us everyday, average, normal Americans, which are the majority of people in this country, the vast majority, just normal, everyday folks trying to get by, do their thing, and live their lives. And we got these idiot celebrities that think because they're on TV or they were in a movie and they made a bunch of money pretending to be somebody else, that for some reason that either A, their opinions matter more than regular people's opinions on whatever the fuck. Doesn't matter. They just think theirs is more important and counts for more. Or that they can just get away with doing whatever the fuck they want to do. Like this Felicity Huffman heads back to court. I think that's part of the whole college admission scandal thing. Nobody cares. No one gives a shit what this lady's opinion is. Well, maybe like 4 people, I would guess. And there's still, unfortunately, there's still some people who, fawn over these celebrities. Oh, you did a good job pretending to be somebody else in this TV show. I should listen to what you have to say. Why? If they're good at pretending to be somebody else, don't you think they're probably pretty good at making up bullshit opinions? I mean, hell, if we're going by that standard, I'd probably be a great actor. Because I'm making up bullshit opinions on this shit every day. Well, not really opinions. I just twist things. So, yeah, so this lady heads back to court. Who gives a fuck? Lock her up, throw away the key. She's not going to see a day of fucking jail time, no matter how many laws she broke. Just with these idiot politicians. They get away with fucking murder. Like, literally get away with murder. You know? It's ridiculous. And we're all sick of this shit. You know? People who think they're above the law, that they're above the rest of us. Telling us how we're supposed to live our lives. But there's a bunch of I wouldn't say a bunch of weird stories. There's a bunch of stories that I misread that I thought were hilarious until I saw what they actually said, and then I was like, that's not that funny. But like this one here, it says 5 years from now, you'll probably wish you'd grabbed these stocks. Everybody's got the next hot stock tip that'll make you rich. And yeah, it'll go up for the first couple of weeks, and then it plummets, and you lose a bunch of money because they get you to try and get you to invest a bunch. So, it's guaranteed. Now, again, not funny. But when I first read that, I thought it said socks. Not stocks, but socks. 5 years from now, you'll probably wish you grabbed these socks. What the fuck kind of socks are these? Do they have like built-in massage function or something? Are they heated socks? And they say we're headed into a next ice age, new ice age 5 years from now, even though it's supposed to be global warming. And of course, that didn't work out. They didn't actually support the warming thing. They switched to climate change. Yeah. Oh, you can't deny climate change. Well, no shit. They're called seasons. Climate's constantly changing. Yesterday, it was blue skies, warm and sunny. I look out the window now. I got clouds. Oh shit, climate change. The climate changed from yesterday to today. Ooh, spooky. No denying that. Idiots. Let's move on. I'm just getting worked up on this shit. All right. Now this one, I didn't see the commas at first. Apparently they just kind of clumped a whole bunch of headlines or just words into one sentence, and I'm supposed to click on it. Oh, at the bottom it says news from around our 50 states. All right, that makes more sense. But again, first glance, it just says Golden Spike Anniversary Lake Monster, Mr. Rogers. What the fuck is that supposed to be? So, on the anniversary of the Golden Spike being driven in, for you, those of you, I was going to say for those of you who don't know what the Golden Spike is, and I stopped myself right there because according to the whole analytics on YouTube, you know, that fancy stuff shows you all kind of charts and graphs. It's really neat. Click, 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 click. You see, ooh, charts and graphs. Like 100% of my viewers on here, all 5 of you. Good job, 5. Furious 5. Yeah, my Furious 5 viewers. I have 20 subscribers, but most of these things, they only get like 4 or 5 views. I don't care. You want to watch it, you watch it. You don't want to, you don't have to. No one's making you. I'm not the, make sure you click like and subscribe to my channel. No, why would you want to do that? I'm just some nutcase in his kid's toy room playing on his freaking kid's gaming computer because I don't think he uses it enough. Too many fucking game systems, honestly. You got an Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Now the PC. He's got his phone. He's got a tablet. We got a fucking Wii and a Wii U out in the garage. Got another PC over there, but that one's old. I got that like a week after my son was born. Still runs on XP. Yeah. Got that thing in 2004. Still works. Had shut up. Why you keep doing this? Doing your doodly-doo. Don't notify me and shit when I'm trying to talk shit about stuff. But yeah, anyway, so Golden Spike Anniversary Lake Monster. They were trying to have a big thing, you know, where the East and the West Railways met in the middle of fucking nowhere. I want to say Utah. Was it Utah? Or was it Colorado? I don't know. I forget. Not important. Anyway, there was a lake monster that crashed the big Golden Spike Anniversary party. And it was eventually defeated by the ghost of Mr. Rogers. That's right. Lake monsters are no match for Mr. Rogers' ghost. And then here we got a try to scare you thing. It says CO2 levels are highest in human history. And it shows part of a glacier breaking off and falling into the water. That's supposed to spook you. To think, oh, we got to do something. Well, the important part of that is human history, because it's been shown through ice core samples and other shit that during the was it Jurassic period, I believe, 160 million years ago, the CO2 levels were 5 times higher than they are now. Not 5% higher, 5 times higher CO2 levels. And that was one of the most prolific times in history for new life. So many new species with 5 times the CO2 levels. Go to any kind of commercial greenhouse. right? Where they're trying to grow plants that don't grow here, and they're growing them year round. You know what they have in there? They got big CO2 pumps that are just fucking pumping the greenhouses full of CO2. Because you know who eats CO2? Fucking plants. Yeah, trees and shit. They absorb CO2. It's one of their foods. And you know what they give off? They breathe in the CO2 and they breathe out oxygen that we breathe. We breathe in the oxygen, we breathe out CO2. Plants do the opposite. All right, everyone talking about, oh, we got to save the environment, plant more trees. You know, and having the highest CO2 levels in human history, because there's more humans than there's ever been in human history. There's like 7 billion people on this planet breathing out all the time. All the fucking time. Hold your breath for an extra 5 seconds before breathing out. Breathe in, hold it. Boom, that would have been like 2 outputs of breath, right? So I just cut my CO2 emissions by 50%. Slashed them. Slash them. Gah! Fucking ninja that shit. God, I'd be an awful fucking ninja. I would. I'm too old and too crippled. Anyway, there's really not a whole... They still got the fucking... USA Today still has the what would happen if you didn't shower for a year story up. They're having a hard time finding new things. Yeah. Anyway, so let's check. We'll check CNN. And this I found interesting. I haven't heard any like huge uproar about open borders and how they have to take in everything. Ireland, okay, they banned a U.S. anti-gay preacher. I guess there's a preacher who doesn't like the gay. I don't like broccoli. I don't think that's really news to just go around and say what everyone doesn't like. But, alright, I can kind of see, yes, anti the gay is bad. I prefer to be anti the person. I don't like a lot of people. I think a lot of people are jerks. And I'm allowed because, well, everyone's allowed to like and not like whatever the fuck they want. That's just being a human. Now, you don't have to be a dick about it. Like, apparently this guy's being a dick. So Ireland bans him, saying, you can't come into our country. So another country is allowed, at least according to this, and they're hailing it. Yay, good job, Ireland, for saying that, deciding who can and can't come into your country. Yay, Ireland. But why the fuck aren't we allowed to do the same thing? How come we're not allowed to decide who can and can't come into our country? Ireland gets to have a border for one dude who doesn't like the gay. How come we can't decide? That's about as political as I'm going to get. Anyway, I prefer to be more individualistic, we'll call that a word. It might be, fuck, I don't know. I don't look up shit. I don't read articles. I don't look up words in the dictionary. I make up my own, and I will use that shit, and I will convince people. Because I can be pretty convincing. I will slip in shit individualistic. And individualisticality. That's when you're celebrating your individualisticness. And people will be like, huh? Well, he didn't stumble over it. He just blurted that shit out. Maybe that's a word I didn't know existed. And they'll think about looking it up, but the conversation will move, and they'll forget what that word is that I just fucking threw in there that I made up on the fly. And I'll get away with it. And sometimes it'll stick, and I'll hear other people saying the words that I made up, especially my kids. That's the best. I just download my crazy into their little hard drives and send them out into the world with confidence. Dad says it all the time. Must be a real thing. Yeah. Let's see. There's just nothing. There's nothing. There's no actual like news. Ugh. That's so gross. There was one headline about this new U.S. submarine design that says next U.S. sub will be quieter and more deadly. Well, no shit, they're not going to build one that's louder and shittier at doing its job. Of course it's going to be deadlier. That's what they do. When you upgrade a weapon system, that's a weapon system to go out and be deadly, you're not going to make it less deadly, because that's a downgrade. You're not upgrading. And why the fuck you going to spend a bunch of money? You could just, spackle over the fucking torpedo tubes on the existing submarines. Boom, less deadly. Cost next to nothing. Send some, underwater welders with just a big piece of sheet metal and just fucking weld over or just weld the doors shut so you can't open the fucking tubes anymore. Now you could take that headline, America's next submarine to be quieter and deadlier, and you can have that shit back in the fucking Civil War. Because they started doing little fucking hand crank powered submarines back in the Civil War. I think they sent one into Charleston Harbor. Yeah, and guess what? The next submarine was quieter and more deadly. Yeah, so the ones that they had in World War I, clunking around, diesel powered. Hey, guess what? The next submarines will be quieter and more deadly. Come World War II. They're quieter and deadlier, but guess what? The next set of U.S. submarines will be quieter and more deadly. And then the next ones, and the next ones, and the next... That's what they fucking do. Why is that a headline? It's just so stupid. It's just... ugh. Let's see. Yeah, Alabama man says thank you to the veterans by mowing their lawns for free. That's nice. I like that. That is a nice gesture. Thank you. And now we're on... Jesus Christ, this is totally... Why did they change this? Man, this is totally fucking different than it was 5 minutes ago. What the hell happened? Fox, you're killing me here. And now it's just the same. I don't know what happened with Fox News, their site. Now it's back to the way it was. What the fuck? I hate when these fucking sites, while I'm trying to look at the shit, it resets itself. Like it refreshes, and then and then it just goes all fucking weird, and I can't find the shit. Alright, so a lot of these, they're little features and faces, super short headlines. We talked about this before. Now here's, at 68, Catherine Bell will make you skip lunch. All right, now this, I actually know who this is. Catherine Bell. She was the the female on JAG, the old TV show JAG. She was the female lawyer. I met her back in, let's say, the late 90s. She actually came to MCAS Yuma. And we got a call from somebody, probably PIO, or the base commander. I don't know. They told us to provide a driver to go and give her a tour of the base. And the funny part was that it was decided that I should do it because I was the least likely to be affected by her celebrityness. We had oh, you know, they kept having us, we'd have safety briefs and, you know, passing out info, and they'd always ask, does anyone have any questions? They were not specific on if anyone had questions about specific things, or even does anyone have any questions about what I just talked about. They didn't do that. They just said, does anyone have any questions? So I would ask a bunch of weird fucking questions. You know, you make me sit there all bored, I'm coming up with weird fucking questions. Because just like any, you know, bureaucracy, and the military does have a lot of bureaucracy in it, and a lot of red tape, and a lot of just repetitive nonsense, which, yeah, I guess, yeah, for some people need that. Maybe most people need that, I don't know. So I would ask a bunch of weird questions. So, and I wasn't real awed by the higher ranks. I had no problem talking to a general the same way I would talk to a PFC or a lance corporal or a sergeant. Because you know what? It's the same person. Same people, just been around longer. That's it. Talking to a young guy or an old guy. So they sent me to go drive around this Catherine Bell. And, you know, she did the whole batting of the eyes and all that kind of shit. But I was busy pointing out that's the gym over there, and there's a track over there, and here's this squadron, and that's where they keep all the bombs. And, you know, each squadron had their own, you know, ordnance area. And you can see that shit on, you know, Google Earth. I wasn't giving out any military secrets because it had a sign on it saying, you know, ordnance area, do not enter, authorized personnel only. If it was a secret that nobody's ever supposed to know about, wouldn't have a big fucking sign on it saying what it was. All right? That is not how you keep a secret. You know, if you go to like a CIA safe house, right, where they stash people, all right, they don't put up a big fucking sign up front saying, hey, CIA safe house, please be quiet, spies at work. No, not like that. But unless she's handing out free guns, there's nothing about really anybody that's going to make me skip lunch. I may hit a drive-thru on my way there and eat lunch in my car during the drive. I ain't skipping lunch. I get fucking hungry. Alright. We're running a bit long. I'm babbling a lot. I'll do one, maybe two more. This particular headline, I read wrong. Again, I just glance at this shit. A lot of time. Not only do I not read the article, sometimes I don't even read the whole headline before I start going off on it. Or at least till the wheels start fucking turning. You know, and that's why this is the sign for craziness. Because the wheels are fucking turning before they have all the information, and it just cranks out just a bunch of weird nonsense. So, this one says, why Stan doesn't like cars And I just, who the fuck is Stan? I don't know anybody named Stan. And I looked at it again. It's a Stern. Stern. I think that's a German newspaper. But by the picture, I think they mean Howard Stern. And why he doesn't like cars. Who gives a shit why somebody doesn't like cars? Again, it's because he's a guy who has a radio show and was in a movie once where he played himself. So not a whole lot of acting going on there. Who cares why he doesn't like cars? Why is that a news story? I don't understand. And then, last one says, how much does a micro-influencer make? A micro-influencer. Well, I guess technically, to the 4 or 5 people who actually watch these, I could be considered a micro-influencer. And guess what? I don't make shit. This pays me nothing. I'm sure there's a way to monetize, YouTube. I think pretty much Facebook owns everything now. Whatever Facebook doesn't own, Disney owns. I don't think Disney owns YouTube. I think Facebook does. Probably, or Google does, and Facebook owns the Google, or everybody fucking owns something. Fuck, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anywhere. Micro-influencers used to be on YouTube. You could go in and just click on a fucking button, a little $sign button saying to monetize. And then that would allow the app to put ads within your videos. And now you got to jump through a whole bunch of fucking hoops to do the same goddamn thing, and it's just a big pain in the ass. And so I don't do that. So I don't make shit doing this, because they made it more difficult. And I don't know. Back when it was just an easy one click, I made 11 cents. Yeah, through ads on my earlier videos, 11 cents. So it just didn't seem like it'd be worth my time. Yeah, for 11 cents, I'll click an extra button. Click. But if I gotta go to different websites and add chunks of code and do all this weird shit for 11 cents, fuck you. I'll just entertain myself. And you 4 or 5 fuckers that still come along for the ride. God bless you. Alright, cutting it off. See you guys next time. Have a good one.